Alright mates, so in most of the YouTube phone reviews we usually got a section or a chapter in a review dedicated to gaming experience. Yes, that's one of my reviews as an example, and showing you the performance in games. The reviewer would say something like, I experienced the highest and stable FPS throughout the game, or there were some significant or minor drops in the frame rate, but you usually don't actually see the FPS itself. There is no FPS indicator on the screen on the phone. However, many manufacturers do have a game assistant software allowing you to display the FPS rate, and what I experience is that I have never once seen an FPS indicator and the FPS meter, so a real-time FPS, on any Google Pixel device. In any review of a Google Pixel device, there were no FPS rate shown, and actually you've got the ridiculously simple way of displaying an FPS indicator on absolutely any Google Pixel device, whether a newer one like this foldable or any older model. So on any Google Pixel device there is a very easy way to have an real-time FPS indicator. You go to settings and simply search for game dashboard. It's placed under the Google Play Services section of the settings. You go to that section and you simply enable the game dashboard. That's essentially the instruction. That's the whole instruction. But I suggest you also enable the floating icon, and what do you get as the result? You launch any of your games, absolutely any, and you'll have either this arrow, or you'll have immediately a game control icon like this floating around but you don't have an FPS yet. You tap on that icon and voila, here is the game dashboard. You enable the FPS and voila, here is the real FPS, real-time FPS. And now it will be on in all your games, even newly installed. You just switch off the game dashboard, and now you can drag the icon around and you have your real-time FPS at all times. But please mind, then when dragging around, the FPS spikes or jumps up to 120 FPS, but that's not the game FPS, that's the phone's screen FPS rate. The real-time game FPS is shown when you drop this icon somewhere and you actually start playing, or you continue playing, and you have your FPS rate at all times. So that's basically it. Use and enjoy. And a small bonus, here is the real-time FPS in the Call of Duty, and I'm showing you specifically the Call of Duty mobile because it's the game with the highest FPS on any Google Pixel device, and in any game the highest I've managed to reach, the highest FPS I've managed to reach is around 100 FPS. Never have I reached 120 in any game on a Google Pixel device. So that's the highest you can get on a Pixel, 100, which is very decent FPS. So you can have 100 FPS at max, which is nice, very far from gaming phones or gaming tablets, but 100 is much higher than 60, so enjoy.